What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the show that's cooler and flyer too. A1 Forever Sports. I am Chris Tip Moore. Why settle for less when you can have more with the vision? And be generational, because it's always time to be. And this little podcast type video, man, just sit back and listen. It's all about the trade that just happened today. Houston Rockets, Atlanta Hawks. It went down today, and the Atlanta Hawks, pretty much from the information that I'm gathering, pretty much came up with a steal here. Pretty much came up with a steal. The Hawks get Usman, Garuba, and TyTy Washington Jr. and also 1.1 million in exchange for the draft rights to Alpha Kaba. Former first rounders, both Washington and Garuba. And it may come as a shock, but honestly, from the Rockets side, they just had a lot of key acquisitions, and they honestly had to ship some players off. So Washington and Garuba on the chopping block, going to the Atlanta Hawks for pretty much nothing. We only gave up draft rights. We didn't have to give up any players or anything. Now, for TyTy Washington, he's a 6'3" point guard, and he's definitely going to be a backup in this system. We also have Kobe Buffkin, recent draft pick. And you have those two guys, and they're pretty much behind Trae Young. Now, Washington, he only played 31 games in the NBA, really, this year. And for him, it was kind of like, trying to find his spot. He was trying to find his spot, and he really could never find his spot, only playing 31 games, averaging 4.7 points, 1.5 assists, 1.5 rebounds. But for TyTy, he did go to the G League team, the Vipers, and they almost won the championship. They went to the finals. In 10 games, he averaged 20 points, 48% from the field, 4.7 assists. Had his best game, 53 points and 10 rebounds. It was in a losing effort, but the man can pretty much display that he can play. And his experience in the G League, I believe, will help the Hawks, along with having him with Quinn Snyder, someone who is psychological and surgical with his thinking. And I believe he'll be able to get the best out of him. Now, I would like to move on to Garuba. Now, Garuba, he spent most of his 22-23 season, as a backup, behind. You may have seen him come in for Jabari Smith if you're looking at that. But he averaged pretty much 4.5 rebounds and 3 points in his time with the Rockets last season. But Garuba's a rim protector. He likes to protect the rim. In his rookie season, he was 40% from the three-point line. He was 25% last year. But hopefully in the Hawks farm system, he can get back to that 40%, or at least be able to knock down some shots for Atlanta, being in that power forward / center position, almost like a stretch, if he gets playing time. Now, these moves right here being made, like I said, is basically like salary cap-ish. The Hawks get 2 former first rounders. Now, they are former first rounders, so you have to be mindful of that when it gets time to possibly have to pay these guys. But in the meantime, you got rookie contracts on, it's on your payroll. You got a little cash, a little meal. So you already cleared John Collins off. And looking at these moves, you're getting depth, yes, but it's also a possibility that one of the starters may be moved. You got another guard, and you also have another forward / center. So you technically have 3 centers. And even though I love Onyeka Okongwu, he was the second best on the team as far as defense goes, behind Clint Capella. And I believe those two, that tandem, you need to keep on the Atlanta Hawks. I don't believe you should trade your big man. I don't believe you should trade either one of your big men. I believe you should let Capella, be a part of the offense, but maybe try to wing in, a Conwell a little bit more to try to show that, hey, yeah, I can take over the reins for Capella. I'm ready. But I don't think you should go into the season with just Onyeka or Conwell as your starter. I said, big fan of 0017, huge fan of him. Just not ready in my heart of hearts to give him the reins that Clint Capella holds right now. Even though he is better at this and better at that, I understand. Trust me, I'm watching it. I see it too. But 82 games, or let's say 75 games, Onyeka is the starter. Are you sure, Hawks fans? I'm not. And that's not anything negative towards him, but that's just the starter that I'm just saying. If you're going to trade another starter, try to keep Capella. Try to keep Capella. Now, as for DeAndre Hunter, I've been hearing his name on the trading block, and it's a possibility that the Hawks feel confident in A.J. Griffin, giving him minutes. They were looking for ways to give him minutes anywhere. It was a report earlier before the NBA draft, actually, that the Hawks are looking for more minutes for A.J. Griffin. Well, it's definitely one guy that's in the way of that, and that's DeAndre Hunter. So, could see DeAndre on the move. But hey, you're also getting this guard depth, and maybe somewhere down the line, the Hawks feel like DeJounte's going to ask for too much. We may have to make a move. But at least we have some depth already to kind of like cushion us already. Now, Bufkin and Washington are no DeJounte Murray. Not at all. We know Bogey isn't either. But at the same time, you still don't know what could be under Quinn Snyder with the full offseason for the Atlanta Hawks. And just that unknown right there have to keep you optimistic about what the Atlanta Hawks are doing. Bringing in Garuba, who's a kind of stretch 4, stretch 5, like to protect the rim. Bringing in Washington, backup point guard. Houston Rockets trade Washington and Garuba to the Atlanta Hawks. Nice pickup for Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta, Washington. Welcome to Atlanta, Garuba. I'm all for it, man. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen next. We're all waiting to see what's going to happen next, and hopefully it'll be something positive for Atlanta, as free agency has started and it's in full effect. So keep your eyes open and let's see what happens. I'll be right back at y'all in a few minutes, man. School is back in session, by the way, for me. Full Sail University student right here, sportscasting. School of Dan Patrick. And by the way, Portfolio 4 for my Full Sail students. Yeah, if you ain't reached it yet, yeah, it's something nice in there for you. Just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. But guys, thank you a million times over for listening to me, giving me a chance to come into your homes, your cars, wherever so you're listening to this, and just give me an opportunity to just do something that I'm just passionate about, and that's sports. Period. Especially my Atlanta sports, because A-Town down. But be generational, because it's always time to be. Why settle for less when you can have more with the vision? And come on back to the show that's cooler and flyer too, A1 Forever Sports with Chris Tip Moore. Until next time, enjoy your Saturday evening. I will be right back, and I will holler.
Beat play, beat play.
Hey, what?